All right, fourth graders, today we will be focusing on complementary and supplementary angles. So first we're going to talk about complementary angles. And complementary angles are two adjacent, so that means they're right next to each other, that two adjacent angles that add up to 90. So their sum, the two numbers added together, equals 90. So for this one, 30 plus 60, we know 3 plus 6 is 9. Add in that 0, 90 degrees. So all of the angles that we'll be working with have a sum. So we already know the answer, we're just finding a missing piece. Okay, so for this one, we are going to fill in the missing pieces of our equation. We know that the two angles together are going to have a sum of 90. They're always going to equal 90. And then we already know one of the pieces of the puzzle. 68 plus, because the sum means plus. So 68 plus some number equals 90. So what we can do is we can sit and we can plug in different numbers, or we can rewrite this and rewrite our fact family for this so that we have an equation where we can just solve for it. So if we have our other fact family, we know that a number plus 68 equals 90. That doesn't really help me solve this yet. The opposite operation of addition we know is subtraction. So I'm going to set up a subtraction problem. So since our sum is 90, we're going to start with 90. Take away a number equals 68. Still don't have the equation that's going to help me figure out the missing number yet. 90 minus 68, because we're switching it out, equals a number. This is something I can work with right here. So we're going to do 90 minus 68. 0 minus 8 we can't do. We borrow from the tens place. This becomes a 10. 10 minus 8 is 2. 8 minus 6 is 2. 22. We would plug that in, and that would be the angle measure for that missing piece. All right, let's do another. Okay, what we know that these two angles together are going to equal 90 because it's a right angle. We have the little box. And we know one of the angle measures is 37. We know that 37 plus this angle measure right here is going to equal 90. And you know what? I'm going to use the variable x. No, I'm not going to use the variable x. I'm going to use the variable, we're going to do the variable b. So we're just using b to represent the missing number. So we're going to do 37 plus b, because we don't know that number, equals 90. And I'm going to do my fact family to help me figure out what my answer is going to be. So I just switched around the addition. Now I'm going to do subtraction. 90 minus b equals 37. 90 minus 37 equals b. We're working with something here. So we'll do 90 minus 37. 0 minus 7 we can't do. We got to borrow. That becomes 8. This becomes 10. 10 minus 7 is 3. 8 minus 3 is 5. 53 is our missing angle. Now we're going to do this thing called check. Let's check and see if 37 plus 53 equals 90. So 53 plus 37, 3 plus 7 is 10, carry the 1, put the 0 down there. 1 plus 5 plus 3 is 9, 90. So that is true. That does check out. Let's do another one. We've got our degree of 10. We know the total area measure is going to be 90 because this is a right angle. So we've got 10, and this time I'm going to use the variable e. So e is going to represent the angle measure that we don't know yet. 10 plus e equals 90. If we remember, the e is just because we don't know the number yet. Okay, then we do e plus 10 because we're just switching it around. Our fact family, now we're subtracting, so 90 comes first. 90 minus e equals 10. And then 90 minus 10 equals e. Some of you probably were able to look and figure out what's the missing value before doing all of this work, but we're just doing it to practice. So 90 minus 10, we're going to set that up. 0 minus 0 is 0. 9 minus 1 is 8. 80. So let's check and make sure that makes sense. 10 plus 80, does that equal 90? 1 plus 8 is 9. 0, 90 equals 90. That is correct. All right, next, we're going to be talking about supplementary angles. So supplementary angles are angles that add up to 180. So this entire space is equal to 180 degrees. All right? So there are two angles right next to each other that add up to 180. Okay, so right here we have 94. So we know that this whole space, this supplementary angle, is going to have a sum. It's going to equal 180. So sum, like we said before, is addition. So we know that 94 plus, we'll say this is going to be y, the angle that we don't know. 94 plus y equals 180. Okay, I still can't solve this yet, so I'm going to switch it around and do y plus 94, get my fact family, equals 180. It still doesn't help me figure it out, so now I'm going to do subtraction. 180 minus y equals 94. Still can't figure it out because I don't know what y is, so we do 180 minus 94 equals y. Okay, now I'm going to set up my problem because I can do this. I can subtract 180 from 94. 180 minus 94. 0 minus 4 I can't do. Turn that into a 7. Turn that to a 10. 10 minus 4 is 6. 7 minus 9 I can't do. Borrow that. Becomes a 0. This becomes a 1. 17 minus 9 is 8. The answer is 86. Let's double check. So I'm going to plug it in and see if 94 plus 86 equals 180. I'm going to actually do that up here because I'm running out of space. 94 plus 86. 6 plus 4 is 10. 1 plus 9 is 10. Plus 8 is 18. 180. So our missing angle measure would be 86 degrees. Okay. All right. We know that the sum of two supplementary angles is equal to 180. So we're going to say equals 180. All right, we know 121. We don't know this value, and we're going to make that be, let's see what letter. I'm going to do L. So this is angle L. Plus L. So 120 plus L equals 180. Well, I can't figure anything out yet, so I'm going to do L plus 121 equals 180. Now I'm going to have to go to subtraction because I still can't really tell how I would figure out L. So 180 minus L equals 121. 180 minus 121 equals L. Okay. Whew. So now I have one that I can solve because I can subtract 180 from 121. So 180 minus 121. 0 minus 1 I can't do. This becomes 7. This becomes 10 because we have to borrow. 10 minus 1 is 9. 7 minus 2 is 5. And 1 minus 1 is nothing. So 59. So now we're going to check. Does 121 plus 59 equal 180? So 121 plus 59. 9 plus 1 is 10. Carry that 1. 1 plus 2 is 3. 3 plus 5 is 8. 180. So yes, that does check out. The angle L is equal to 59 degrees. So it's no longer angle L. We know that it's 59 degrees. Last one right here. So supplementary angles, they always equal 180 degrees. So we know one of our angle measures. We don't know the value of this other angle. I'm going to have that be angle O. No, I don't want to do angle O. It looks too much like 0. We'll do angle C. This is going to be angle C. So we know the sum of these two angles equals 180. So 17 plus C equals 180. Still can't figure it out. We're going to write out our whole fact family until we have an equation that we can use. 180 minus C equals 17. 180 minus 17 equals C. Right here, we have our equation that works. So let's get to subtracting. 180 minus 17. 0 minus 7, we can't do. That becomes a 7. This becomes a 10. 10 minus 7, we know is 3. 7 minus 1 is 6. 1 minus nothing is 163. Now it's time to check our work. Does 163 plus 17 equal 180? Let's see. 163 plus 17 equals 180. 163 plus 17. 3 plus 7 is 10. 1 plus 6 is 7 plus 1 is 8. 1 plus nothing is 180. All right, I hope that helps and you're able to get your work today.